Hi, how are you? This is JilliBling. Okay, when have you seen me make a simple card? I love this card. So it's good for friends or someone that you just in passing would say hugs and kisses, which I would say to many of my friends. Happy Valentine's Day. It goes together really fast, has a little bit of textured paper. So we will be using Endless Love Bundle, which is a stamp set and dies, and then also Nature Symphony die, just for this little branch, just to add a little bit of interest. Okay, you ready? So here are the pieces, and the paper cut sizes are in the video description, and I will have photos on my blog in just a few days, and that's JilliBling.com. And it's photos of the inside and outside of the project, which just makes it easier if you're going to make this card, just to have photos in front of you. The designer paper, this right here, is Made with Love designer paper. And here's just a few prints. Of course, there's 12 sheets in there, so there's plenty more ideas. But all my other ideas are in use. I'll be using them soon. I plan on making 4 projects using this paper. Excuse me, the shimmery white, or the shimmery bubble bath is pastel shimmer 12 by 12 paper. And it comes in 3 colors, bubble bath, lemon lolly, and pool party. And pool party, lemon lolly, and bubble bath. And can you see the shimmer on that? It's very faint, but very nice. It's nice paper. And then Whispers of Texture specialty paper. So this has 2 different, how many sheets? 6 sheets, 3 of each. There is just the stripes like the corrugated paper. And then the one we're using today, which is just like a simple, sweet little, I don't want to say crisscross, just kind of maybe like a linen type top paper. Okay. And like I said, I'll be making 4 projects. This is number 2, and this is the first one. So quite a bit different. Very sweet, very calm. A little bit busy, a little bit invigorating, a kind of fun fold. Look at all of that. Oh, and these little, what do they call them? Loose Valentine's assortment. So that's for the kisses and the hearts in 3 colors. And there's these little envelopes in here. So I want to use this again sometime soon. But aren't those cute? Okay, so that's the first project. Here's the second. I want to do a masculine card and another card with more of that designer paper, and I really like the designer paper. So this is Bubble Bath. And Bubble Bath, excuse me, look how cute that is. And the back side is nice too. Sometimes it's hard to decide, what side am I going to use? And you hope you have maybe a little left over so you could use the other side on a different project. Okay, so that's going to be stuck down right in the middle. Then this textured paper is going to go on with dimensionals, and it's just square. What is it? 3 by 3. Seems like one side is a little bit more textured than the other. So I'll have the super texture, deeper texture showing. Okay, so that goes right about here. A little bit of a gap. I'm doing it up a little bit higher rather than lower. I was going to say, I wonder if I could turn it to the side, but then all my little flowers would be wrong. Okay, That's good. Okay, so for the dies, this time I want to try the Bigger Twine Essential Pack. It comes with 5 spools, including white. And I want to try doing the white rather than the white ribbon. This one here, which is what I used on the sample. I think that's nice also. I like how much white and a little bit of texture it brings to the card, but I want to try something a little different. Okay, so in here there's 4 dies. I was thinking about this. Ooh, that's kind of pretty with the crumb cake. Okay, so for the 4 dies, this one is from Party Banners, and I just need the end of it. So I'll cut that out. Okay, and then this one is for the words. Let me stamp the words. The words are stamped in Memento Black. And at first I thought that's just too heavy of a color for this project, but I think putting it on crumb cake, it works out well. Hugs and kisses. And even on the inside I use Memento Black, but somehow it still works. Hugs and kisses. I might as well do 2 of them. And that little die for the words, that's part of the bundle, which is really nice. Okay, so I'm going to focus on this little banner part, and I'll be cutting off this that you could put twine through and make it a tag. I'm just going to be cutting that off flat so it goes right against this textured paper. So, knowing that, put it like this, and I'll be chopping off that part. Okay, and here is our little sprig. Look how sweet and delicate that is. And that I'll just do on some scrap crumb cake paper. Just a little bit. But he's already looking cute. And where did I put that shimmer paper? Did I stick it to something? Well, I have more. Okay, so I'll cut out the heart. And did you see this die? Look how fun that is. It somewhat matches. Let me cut that out. It's right here. It somewhat matches the stamp set. So this one you're like, oh yeah, that's kind of free form. But this has a few extra little swirls through it. Or you can probably see it better in black and white. Oh, and another thing is the little thumbnail picture you see on here is considerably smaller than what the die is in real life. But you could see that they're the same but different, which is nice because it looks like they coordinate together. Okay, so we have all our pieces. This is inside. Okay, so this just gets set down, and I'm going to apply liquid glue, set that in place. And because there's some texture on the paper, I'll be a little bit heavier than normal with the glue. At least around the outside edges. Then maybe a few dots inside. I'll put that right in the middle. And I'm looking at the center part here and the heart bottom, and that's how I'm centering it. You could have it a little bit wonky, and that would be very nice too. Okay, so for this little tag, I'm going to stick it underneath, but before I attach it with dimensionals, I'm going to stamp in bubble bath, on bubble bath paper, those little hearts. These hearts right here. And it's just one of those little details. It's a little bit silent, but the hearts will also be used on the inside of the card. And that big, kind of a double heart. Okay, so here's the hearts. And these I'm trying to make sure that the hearts are up and down. On the prior card, I just had the hearts like every direction. I think either way is fine. But just so you're kind of consistent, I'm going to try to get a little heart right there in the corner. Just because so little of the banner is seen, I want to make sure you could tell, oh, there's hearts on there. So the other card, see how these are all different directions? Like this one is, oh, here's that little envelope. Is that just the cutest thing? These are kind of rubbery too. At one point I tried pretending like they were an eraser to see if it works. It doesn't. No need to try. Well, you could try if you want, but I know the answer. So this is going to go right about here. And at first, the colors, bubble bath, and then the paper, which is said to be bubble bath, I was disappointed that the colors look different. But I think sometimes you just have to take a minute, find a different way to use it. And in this case, I really appreciate that they look just a little bit different. Otherwise, the card would be a big pool party blob of just color. Oh, hold on. Emma is here, and she's sleeping because she worked all night, and the Roomba robot just got rolling. And I don't want it to keep on hitting her door like, okay, pause it. Okay. It's still going. I thought, there it goes. I just don't want it to wake her up. Okay, so then there's this. And on the sample, I just used my scissors and cut it. I didn't cut it very straight, so I'm going to use my little cutter, which is right in the drawer here. And if I line it up on the grid, then I could cut it, and I know I'll have it square. Just a minute. There, that looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to attach this with dimensionals. And you know how they say hindsight is really clear? Hindsight says, don't put dimensionals in the middle. You can later, but trying to take this little twig, this little branch, and tuck it down into there, if you have lots of dimensionals, works out to be a problem. So if I put this here right against the white edge, right over there, and I think it'd be fine if it was higher or lower, but I like this little loop to show. Then this just gets tucked in without resistance, right about there. And I'm trying to tuck it in so that the heart, the 2 layers of hearts, the branch is right in the middle of them. And I'm gonna put glue only in the center, hoping that the little leaves pop up just a little bit. I guess I could put rolled up glue dots on them, then they would pop up just a little bit. So I'm going to put it right there. I would stick it in further, but then this leaf would be buried, and I want to see it all. And I love how the branch somewhat follows the shape of the heart. Okay, at that point, right now, it looks cute, but it's like, you could put a little bit more on it. See, that's fine, just like that is. So let's try. See, now this really has me thinking. I don't know why I pulled this over. I kind of like that. Well, what if I do like just a little fold over and then a knot with a bow. I'm just going to try it. I really didn't plan this, but it looks nice together. So cut it straight. After I work with it, because you know how sometimes you fray the edges a little bit, then this is going to have like a wraparound. Boy, I thought this was going to be the shortest tutorial of all time because it's so simple and it's so sweet, but here it is, throwing in more stuff. Okay, so I'm going to try to tie this into a knot. It's like I need extra fingers. If I had an extra hand, unraveled. Oh, you know what? Where's that thing? Can this help? The heat to, ooh, I unraveled it. Okay, so there's the knot. Okay, now, little tweezers, do your thing. Oh, and I'll fluff it and everything. Can you see that? Let me get something dark underneath it so you kind of know where I'm going with it. And if it doesn't work, I'm just going to go back to a little double bow out of the white. But do you notice how the gold is kind of matching with the crumb cake? Yeah, that's cute. Maybe I should put like gold sequins on it instead. Okay, so there's the knot. That's kind of cute. That's cute, huh? Okay. The smallest ever double bow. I should have tried using my 2 tiny fingers. Maybe then it could have been smaller. Or I do have that little bow tool. Wonder if that would make a smaller one. Or maybe just a regular mini double. No, not double, mini bow. Okay. I don't know, for this one, going for the simplicity, thinking just this one. Can it be on the, no, I think it needs to cover up this. That's like when you're building a house and you could see the 2 different floorings. Can't have that. Okay, so I'm going to do one or the other, but I'd love to know your vote. This one, and I still have a little bling to put on, or simple linen or simple baker's twine bow, or, and if both of these little strings were hanging downward. Do you have a preference? I like both of them. Okay, I'm gonna go with simple. Let's see. That could go right about there. So a glue dot rolled up to attach the baker's twine bow. Trying to make it real small. And the glue dot, go right here. And then this. Then a little bit of glue to lock it in. And also, sometimes the glue dot, if it's showing, it'll stick to the inside of your envelope. Okay, so these are loose frosted dots. And every time I pull these out, I think, oh, are they still current? Because I love loose frosted dots. In here, there's Flirty Flamingo, Pretty Peacock, and Daffodil Delight. So you're like, well, Flirty Flamingo, that's not bubble bath, but it works really well. There's 3 sizes in here. I think that's the large, medium, and there's a small one. There's a small one. Oh, I should use my picker-upper tool, because that's really small. So there are the 3 sizes. And see how they're kind of iridescent? They're really pretty. Okay, so 3 dots of glue. So how about 1, 2, 3. The big one could go down here because it's all by itself. Medium. And small. I'm so happy that these are still around. Every time I pull up just to check, I'm like, oh, they're still here. I'm trying to shift them just a little bit so it doesn't look like they're all in a line. Okay, so what do you think? See, I think both ways would be good. Okay, so for the inside, we're done with these. They're so cute, I want to add more, but this card is focusing on less is more. I have that little plaque right here. Less is more or less. I love that. Okay, so for the inside, we're going to have a greeting. We're going to have some hearts and a little bit of the matching designer paper at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to start out with the Valentines, and then I'll put the happy and the day around it. I get all these tools out, and I have no room. Okay, Valentines. Down a little bit. See, I don't know, that might need some re-inking. Yeah, that's really light. Let me check a different pad. That could be set off to the side to get re-inked. Okay, let's check this one. Oh yeah, much better. It feels better. It looks better. Okay, Valentine's, we're gonna do to hearts. And here is day and happy. You're like, what were you doing? Just Stampin'. Oh, I didn't get that good up there. I'm going to try again on the other side. But I was trying to get the P tail and the P tail in between. I might do it off to the, like the sample. Can you see the sample? There. Let me try again. Good thing for magic paper, huh? Happy? Happy day. Okay, that looks good. Done with that. And I'm going to pause for just a second before I do the hearts, just because if the Memento ink is still wet, it might pick up on the stamp. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. I don't know if it will, because this is already dry. But sometimes when you have a wet stamp and wet. You stamp it, then your next stamp, you could kind of see the black letters through there. So I'm just pausing for just a minute. Bo, go Nina. He just came in. He doesn't need to go again. There he goes. Okay, so I'm going to go all along. Maybe I'll try going along the inside here. But I'm going to check it for that little shadow of the Memento Black. And also I'm trying to get my hearts up and down. I'm looking at the center and the bottom and trying to get all of them straight. Does it happen? Not always. I'm going to try. So there was no residual leftover black when I stamped it here. There's nothing. Oh, I didn't stamp that one good. I think if I try to cover it out, I'm just gonna, maybe if I put this one way over here. I didn't do it again. That's gonna be a lot of hearts out there if I do that. And you know what? Do people that receive the cards, do they really notice all the details? No, but I know. See, on all these, I keep on missing that. I think it's because I'm like, okay, I got the big one, but I have to get this little one down here too. Maybe the big one. I don't know. Okay, so this one is going to go right over the greeting. I'm thinking, can it go? So this side Stampin', okay, it's gonna have a load of hearts, and I covered up part of that. Yeah, is that okay or not? I don't know. I know it's gonna dry lighter. It's a little crazy. Well, let's see how it looks on the inside. And if it doesn't look good, then, you know. That isn't too bad. Let's just see how it looks. So it's going to go here. See, that kind of calms it down. And I'm going to leave a little bit of a white border at the bottom. I do like that little baker's twine. Oh, I think it's okay. It kind of calms it down. I know there's a lot of hearts in there. It's fine. There's plenty of room to write. You can write over the bubble bath. Okay. We're doing it. So, this can get adhesive. And adhesive. Okay, then I'm going to leave a little bit of a white edge showing down here. If you put it right up next to it, that's fine too, but I like the little white edge. You know, one more little detail. Okay, so there is the finished product. I'm still loving all three of these, but I'd love to know your opinion. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know, and have a great day. Thanks.